Hey, it's Luth, and this one is about how to instantly fix any kind of writer's block. So to do that, we first have to understand where it comes from and why it's here, and then we can find a solution. So understanding it, what is writer's block? Well, it's not writing block. So it's not a writing problem. It's writer's block, apostrophe S, so the block belongs to the writer. And what is being blocked? The flow of ideas. You're not having any ideas. In songwriting, there's only one rule. And the rule is, one idea leads to the next. But there's a condition to the rule that says, one idea leads to the next if you let it. And you have to let it. So as songwriters, what we're doing is we're coming up with an idea, and we're following that idea to the next and to the next and to the next until we have collected 150 ideas that wrap around each other and make a song. So songs demand ideas. Ideas are the exact thing you're not having, so you can't write a song. The big question then becomes, why has the flow of ideas stopped? And the answer is almost definitely expectation. What we tend to do is we decide that the thing we're about to create, the song, the idea, has to be great. It has to make us money. It has to propel our career. It has to be important work. And all of that pressure takes up so much energy that you end up being very, very judgmental of your ideas as they come in, because they have to serve this purpose. They have the job of being good. You've given your ideas the job of being good. You ever hear Dr. Phil say to parents, you can't give your kid the job of loving you? And they go, oh shit. That's what we do with our ideas when we have this expectation and pressure. This song has to do something for me. It has to be important. What writer's block looks like in the experience of the artist is you put a gateway in your mind with a military presence. Okay, there's a military guard guarding the gateway in your mind. An idea approaches the gate to get through and inspire you. Approaches the gate, and the military guard stops him and goes, what's your business here? And the idea says, I'm a creative idea, and I'd like to get through to pitch what I've got for potentially for use in this song, I guess. Well, are you a good idea? I think so, yeah, I think. Okay, well, demonstrate what you've got. Oh, I wasn't expecting this, but yeah. Well, it's sort of like it's like maybe for a second verse or something. It's like no. That's a terrible idea. Be on your way. Meanwhile, you're sitting on a couch somewhere trying to write something, wondering why you're not getting any ideas, and you have 62 ideas lined up at this gateway, being interrogated and horrified and intimidated by the military guard who's not letting anybody in unless they're good ideas. The problem with that, as you can see, is ideas need time to evolve, to become ideas. The pressure of the expectation has made it so that you've started judging way too quickly if the idea is good or bad. And as soon as it comes in, you're going, is that good, is that bad? Nah, I don't think so. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. When the job really is to let ideas in and explore them to see what they could be and let them evolve. Nurture ideas. But instead, writer's block makes it so that you reject or accept the idea in an instant before it's had time to even be an idea. Let me explain songwriting and inspiration in a new way here that you might not have heard before in an illustration. If you're just listening and not watching, this is on Photoshop, but you'll still totally understand it. Okay, this will help us determine why writer's block really happens and what to do with it. So if you're a songwriter, what you do is you have a beginning and you have an ending. And you learn craft so that you know how to make that song happen from beginning to end. And what it takes is ideas, right? 150 of them. So they go like this, tick, 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 tick across 150 until you get to 150, and that's the end of the song. And now you have a collection of ideas that make a song. When we have writer's block, we get to idea number 1 or number 2. It's a melody, it's a lyric, it's atmosphere, it's a pad thing, it's sound design. And we get to the second idea, and we decide that it's all no good, and we scrap the entire thing, and we go back and we start again. And we go, okay, no, what about this? So we start again, and we get to idea number 2, and we go, no good, start again. And the next time we get to idea 3, and we go, no good, start again. And the thing about ideas is they take time to evolve and to become something. So we're not doing that here. What we're really doing when we're songwriting is this. One idea leads to the next if you let it. And we are letting it. That's what we have to do, committing to these ideas. Knowing that we're summoning inspiration, we're waiting for inspiration. It looks like this. Tick, 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 tick. Idea number 2 does nothing, but idea number 17 is an idea that is so interesting to us that it actually inspires us and makes us feel something. And we go, oh, that's the idea. And it's so exciting, that idea number 17, that it blasts us off into inspiration. And then we get to ride that rocket ship all the way to the end of the song, which writes itself because you're so inspired. But it doesn't happen unless you get to idea number 17. So if you bail on idea number 2, you're never summoning inspiration. You're just judging and judging. So that's why we have to chase the ideas and not judge them, because it's idea 32 that's going to make this make sense for you, and you will blast off past the process, totally inspired. And that's how it works. So how you break out of writer's block is you commit to the first 10 ideas, whatever they are. Don't decide if they're good or bad. Commit to the first 10, knowing that you're charging the energy up and you're summoning more inspiration. You're going to hit that idea if you just keep following the ideas, good or bad, without judgment. You're going to hit the idea that blasts you off past the process. Don't give your ideas the job of being good ideas. The ideas can be in those categories: rhythm, melody, vocal, lyric, atmosphere, chords, anything. Visual, right? And all you have to do is come up with them and not judge them. Let me show you as an example right now. Idea 1. Keep it. Idea 2. Don't let him do. Don't let him do. Don't let him do. Next idea. I was worth the fight. I was worth the fight. I was worth the fight, and I know I can do it, and I know I can do it. Next idea. High, 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 hidden high, hidden high, hidden high. Okay, next idea. Okay, 6, 7 ideas. Completely judgment-free. I don't care at all about any of that. Now, I'm going to make something at the end, and I'll put it at the end. I'm going to produce a little something out of those ideas, and you'll see what I mean. They don't have to be good. They just have to be ideas. And watch what happens as they evolve. Which brings me to the next point. The thing that's missing because of all the expectation. Because of not writing, because you're deciding too quickly about ideas, is momentum. The momentum has died. And you have to bring back momentum in the way that I just did. Just create without judgment. All right? Momentum works the same as in exercise. if you exercise and you decide to get back in shape, or you decide to get in shape, what you're dealing with is the first week of that is going to be pretty terrible, because you're spending your time reminding yourself of what it is to work out, what it is to be in shape, and you're physically weak. You're literally too weak to do it. So it's very uncomfortable. You have no momentum. It's really difficult. A week into it, you start to get momentum. And then it's starting to feel really, really good, because you remember how to do it. You remember how it feels. You're getting stronger. You're building the muscles. That's what momentum does. That's what exercise does. Consistency. The dangerous part about momentum is it's a fuel tank. And if you don't use your creativity, you'll lose your momentum. The fuel tank will gradually empty. And when the tank is empty, the momentum tank is empty, it starts to work on the motivation tank. And then the motivation tank starts to empty. And when the motivation tank is empty, that's when you get all sorts of problems like anxiety and depression, because you've lost momentum and motivation. It's a really, really long-term problem. So what you do is you don't give your songs or your ideas jobs. You do judgment-free first 10 ideas before you do anything in terms of deciding anything. You force those first 10 ideas. This is how you break out of the cycle of writer's block. I was worth the fight, worth the fight. I was worth the fight. I was I was